What is going on, esteemed witnesses of the courtroom? This is a red, blue, and yellow underused TGBDual Wi-Fi battle versus Juan. Now, before we get into this match, I would just like to say thank you, Juan, for the great battle. But I particularly was asked to upload this by my opponent. I hope you guys enjoy the game. I'll make it as fun and interesting as I can, so let's get right into it. Thank you guys for checking out my friend Ben's new channel, Colonel Ben SP. Link will be in the description, or you can click an annotation above this video to get to that channel. So what you should do is pause this video and go look and then come back. So here you are, you're back. Let's get into the battle. Juan is going to lead with Boom, his Electrode. I'm going to be leading with Mr. Mime. Now, I know these type of things like to do Thunderwave shenanigans right off the bat. And Mr. Mime already has a decent enough speed that I really don't want to get him paralyzed. So, that being the case, I'm going to switch directly out to Will Powers on that predicted Thunder Wave, and that is going to be awesome for me, because I can either get a free attack on anything I want, or pretty much the more obvious thing is he's going to switch anyway into something resisting Earthquake. True, I could get a bind off, so I'm going to take a look at my court record here, and I'm going to find Other Man, which, if you guys don't get this team, I'll explain it after the battle. So, Other Man is going to be coming in here against Hypno. Now, Hypno has a stellar special, being that we are in first generation and there's no split. Now, I should have known better here that he was going to paralyze whatever came in, and Mr. Mime is not my optimal paralysis target. But I guess it happens that way sometimes. So far, looking at his team, Mr. Mime's not going to be dealing too much damage to anything. It may help me out against this Tangela. Considering that I am paralyzed, I won't have to go to sleep or any of those kind of shenanigans. So here, I actually have the upper hand as I have the higher speed and the stabbed attack, so I could possibly get some crit things going on in this courtroom, but not really the case here. He's just going to bind me, and I'm going to have to switch out here. True, I could probably take hits for days, but I really just don't even want to deal with that. Attacking every turn and just stacking that damage is going to get to be a very big nuisance very quickly. So I'm going to go out to Other Man and take a bind. Now, I think your Muck is an optimal person to keep in on Tangela. I can set up an Acid Armor, or I can go straight for the Stab Sludge, which I do here. And I see that it does a pretty nice chunk, and I get the full paralysis right off the bat, which, if you guys remember, red, blue, and yellow is ridiculously crazy for common and overdoing the whole fully paralysis deal. So that's a big deal in first gen. So Thunder Wave is like the most optimal move possible. Anyway, I'm going to take him out with a Sludge after I set up an Acid Armor, and down goes Tangela. Kind of a aggravating wall to deal with here. I can see a very wallish team from my opponent, as he's now going to bring this thing in. Now, my thought process, like I said originally, I can take any attack from this thing. He opts to go straight for the T-Wave, and I'm just going to go boom on this thing. Because I do have faster Pokemon on my team that could come in and revenge kill this thing. Muck does have a pretty decent attack stat, and it's going to be where I can bring in Emma, and Emma Sky is going to easily outspeed this thing and take him out with a Razor Leaf, which is probably always and always forevermore going to crit. So down goes that, and now we have 4 Pokemon left to deal with. First of all being this Electrode. Now, Electrode is fast and has shenanigans. I figured he's going to go for the Screech. Not really what I was predicting, maybe some screens, but that's fine. It is what it is. Explosion still isn't going to do anything to my Onix. Will Powers is in here standing strong, and I'm just going to go for the Earthquake. He decides to switch in Blue Duck, who thinks he will take an Earthquake pretty well, and damn, he actually does, all things considered, being a stab attack. I guess Onix wasn't really blessed with the highest attack, so he sets up an Amnesia, and I'm like, we are not doing that crap today. I come in here with Iris, which has a question mark beside it, because we thought that it was Iris at the point of the game that this is from. So I'm going to go for a Body Slam, and here comes the paralysis down on this thing, and I'm like, take that! And now I'm going to come in with this big Thunderbolt, and this Thunderbolt is going to do enough that I could actually 2-hit KO this thing. But it looks like a bit minimal, and I see Thunderbolt will fail to KO, so I'm just going to go for the Hyper Beam. But, you know, it doesn't exactly go the way I planned this whole Logic Trance trick in my head. I plan to go for the Hyper Beam and take this stupid Golduck out of the game. But as you're going to see, he's going to withdraw this annoying Duck. I'm going to go for the Hyper Beam, That is going to do a pretty optimal amount to Electrode, but unfortunately that's going to make it where I have to stay in. And that was an excellent play on my opponent's part. Knowing I'd have to stay in, he could have gone for the Thunderbolt and killed me off. But instead, he just goes into Dix, his Doug Trio. Now this Underground Aggravation is going to take me out with a Rock Slide. Almost enough for me to go for the Body Slam. I'm going to get some more Para Hacks and a crit on top of that. And be able to easily take this thing out with a Surf should I so choose. I kind of figured it'd be good as death fodder, but I just figure I'll use it now and go for the Surf and take this guy out. Yay for useless crits. And down goes this guy. So now I have 1 paralyzed Pokemon and 2 to go. And, you know, Gyarados has done enough work. Seeing what I've seen, I know he's going to take me out with a T-Ball, and that is perfectly fine. I'm cool with Gyarados going down. And now it's a 4-3 game. And now I can just go into Willpowers, who now completely walls this Electrode. Unless it has some kind of shenanigans like Mimic, and it picked up a Water move earlier in this game that I didn't see. Then this is going to be a big problem. He's just going to go for the Screech. I'm just going to go for the safe Earthquake from that range. Obviously going to take it out, considering it is stabbed, and Electrode's defense isn't stellar. So, as we're coming down slowly to the close of this case, he's going to go into Big Pony, because that is what you need to bring out against this big Onix right now. He goes for the Agility, and I'm just like, man, Willpowers ain't scared. I'm defensive. I'm huge. I'm like Crystal Onix almost, you know, with the color scheme and stuff, but not quite. Just going to go for the Earthquake, takes him down to a good range. I figured he'd go for the Fire Spin, as Toxic and Fire Spin would be more of a annoying thing than actually doing a lot at this point. Just going to continue Fire Spinning away. Now I know from this range, Flareon's Hyper Beam will easily take this pony out of the game. So I'm just going to stay in here a few turns. I know I'm not going to outspeed it, but at some point in this particular Twilight and Universe, he will have to miss that wonderful Fire Spin, like right now. And there goes the Body Slam. So now I'm looking at the remaining HP, and I actually have Quick Attack on this Flareon. So if he wanted to do something like Body Slam, even paralyze me should he so choose, which it doesn't, it just gets a crit. It takes me down to 108, which is kind of scary. He was boosting that crit rate with the Agility, which was a good play. But now he's got a paralyzed Duck, and I am going to finish this off and close this case with a massive Objection! Hyper Beam! And down goes the Blue Duck, and Juan has been defeated. So now we're going to try something a little different. I've got some closing arguments to this case, and they are pretty much as follows. If you guys enjoyed, even though, like I said, wasn't one of my more favorable battles as far as the match itself, but I was asked to upload it, and I do follow uploaders' requests quite a bit of the time. So if you guys enjoyed, please leave a like, a rate, a comment, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Again, thank you guys for getting me where I am. I have the continued support of you guys, and I really appreciate it. I don't know if you noticed throughout the battle, but there's new sprites. Leave some likes, some comments. That would be awesome. Let me have some input on that, because those actually take a good long time. Those were recommended. It was kind of a mix of an idea between some, I guess, inspiration from Angel of the Night, Lex, and Triple Finish. So I will link everybody, including Colonel Ben SP and his old channel, in the description, and include the annotation at the beginning of the video whenever I originally said it, so you guys can click on that and enjoy. And we will see you for the next upload. As always, rate, comment, subscribe, thumbs up, peace out, objection, and find the computer room, and peace.